Hi, my name is Bindi Hathorn. I'm the principal of Springfield High School. I'm here to talk about the renovation project or the proposed renovation project on the high school, which would include windows and a new ventilation system. And I just want to talk about how important this is for our building. The new ventilation system will be able to provide the proper ventilation that we need and air circulation. We'll also be able to update the filters that we have. Currently, we can only use a size 11. With the new ventilation system, we'll be able to use a size 13, which obviously collects more particles and is able to filter the air better so that it makes it cleaner for our staff, students and families and other community members to breathe.
My name is Tim Bixby, the maintenance supervisor for Springfield School District, and I want to touch base on some of the problems we have that's being proposed to be repaired for the bond. Starting at the high school, we have unit ventilators in all of our classrooms that are 1967 vintage. Right now, they're all pneumatic controlled, which all the controls in the units are not operating properly. The outside air dampeners have lost all their weather stripping, so therefore when we call for outside air, the dampener opens, we're bringing in a lot more air than needed.
So the ventilation system is also important because the pipes are also extremely old.
Piping that constantly leak and very costly to replace.
And when they were put in originally with this building, we've had a lot of expanding and contracting over the years, and that has caused leaks.
We're doing away with the Victolic seals and having the pipes welded.
A lot of the systems have also, ventilation systems, we've had glycol leaks. Glycol is part of the system, and the glycol itself doesn't smell, but there's an additive that they add and it smells, and it's extremely strong. We've had several leaks throughout the years, and we've had to move classrooms, which obviously disrupts where the teacher is able to utilize their resources in their space, and then trying to find a space for the students to be able to hold class has been a difficulty over the years. The windows are also original to the building, minus the ones that have been replaced due to damage throughout the years. And these windows are obviously extremely old. There's a lot of drafts in them as well. Students that sit too close to those windows feel that draft during classes. And anybody that's really close to those windows obviously would have to be wearing a coat or bundling up with extra clothing so that they are comfortable to be in the room to learn. We have teachers and students that are using computers. Their hands start to get really cold and freeze, and it's hard to be able to type and do what you need to do or write.
Frames are rusting out, the seals are gone, and the metal paneling underneath the windows to every classroom is not insulated. There are times where we have actually seen frost on the inside panels of the classroom because they're not insulated.
We also need updates on our heating system. We have several classrooms that are way too hot or way too cold, very few that are in the middle. We have students that have to wear their coats, their mittens, their hats when they're in some classes, and then we have other classes where kids are like barely, they can wear a t-shirt and their pants and they're fine, but they're still hot. Which all of these factor into students being able to be motivated, participate in their learning, stay awake, or be able to just, move around the classroom and do what they need to do.
Right now, with the units we have in the classrooms, if it gets to be 10 degrees and below, we have a hard time heating these classrooms much over 65 degrees, which is not good.
I've spent a lot of time listening to, from being a counselor to being the principal, of teachers and kids' complaints of having different climate zones in our building. We can be in one space in this building it's 95 degrees, another space it's 55 degrees, and kids are coming to me complaining or upset, or teachers, and the best answer I can give them is jog in place to stay warm.
We are looking again at the windows at Riverside Middle School, which are a single pane glass that is not energy efficient at all. We also, on the structural steel that separates the windows, are not insulated. Therefore, we're losing a lot of heat. We're also looking to upgrade the boiler room, going from oil boilers to LP propane boilers. Much more efficient, a lot less maintenance, The piping in the boiler room will be all replaced with 4 LP boilers, along with replacing the hot water heaters to LP also. It'll be a lot more efficient. They will be replacing all the pumps on the heating systems. So therefore, I think we have like 8 pumps now. We will reduce that, which will be quite an energy savings.
In terms of a school building, those things are important in terms of us having a conducive environment for learning. You know, when it's cold, it's really hard for teachers and kids to focus.
The electrical system totally through the whole building is in real bad shape.
It's just the inability to run our different technology and things we need in the classrooms, from science labs to the technology of 2020.
All the classrooms, you have to turn the lights on with an actual breaker, not a light switch, what they call bullnose breakers. When them breakers do go bad, they are hard to find to get them replaced. Some of the electrical system, the problems we've had, even some of the grounds and neutrals have been found to be live with power to the neutral and power to the ground. So a very dangerous type situation.
75% of our windows were cracked. If you were to walk through here, you would see many of them that are shattered or kept together by tape, and that's a safety issue.
The glass bridge is a single pane glass, very unsafe. It has cracks in some of them now, but it's a safety issue if one of them glasses were to break. It's a bridge. There's people that walk in under that. It's just an accident waiting to happen.
Hi, I'm Dr. Zach McLaughlin, Superintendent of Schools here in Springfield. One of the things I had to learn as an educational leader was the importance of facilities and what we try to deliver to our students. As a classroom teacher, I understood a lot about instruction and about those types of things, but there's a lot of nuance in facilities and what happens with facilities. But the reality in our school district is that there's not a lot of nuance between our buildings. When you go into our elementary schools, you see buildings that we're proud of. 21st century facilities that we will hold up against any other facilities in the state. But when you go to our high school and you go here to our middle school, you're transported back in time to the 50s and the 60s. And that has some aesthetic impact on what you see, but it also has impact on our operations and on what we're able to deliver to students, to teachers, and to families. So we're about to enter a period where we're reconsidering what we need to do with our buildings. And the school board has talked extensively about the need to take a step forward into the 21st century with both the high school and the middle school. And that comes at a time where it's cheap for us to do the borrowing to do these types of projects. And that's important because we don't want to do these piecemeal. We want to be thoughtful. We want to have everything work together in a seamless way. And that only happens when you do large-scale projects, all done at the same time with a lot of thought behind them. And that's what we're in a position to do. A thoughtful, inexpensive project that benefit all the members of our district school community. And so I hope that you're able to, as a member of the community, see this important moment and put us in a position to give us all what we want for our kids.
So this proposition was first brought to the school board at a $15 million price tag. Through hard work of the consultants and both the board, we've gotten this proposal down to around $10 million. The bond project that we're suggesting will be asking for $9 million to be borrowed against. That's important because last time we went out for a bond rate, 2009, the interest rates were 4.21%. Current interest rates are 2.17%, which means if we borrow the money now with those lower interest rates, we're going to save the community and town $2 million. That's a large savings for us not to pass by with the interest rates being so low as they are now. What does this mean for the community tax rate? The tax rate will go up by 0.0146 cents on the dollar. So 1.5 cents for over $9 million of improvements to the schools that are going to carry us through the next 30 years. It's important that the community is involved in this decision and that everyone comes out and votes when the warrant is presented in December. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Patty Kemp, and I'm on the school board in Springfield. And I stand behind this bond for our schools. It's a great educational place for all of our students, plus we help serve the community.
Hi, I'm Janice Garfield, a longtime school board member in Springfield. For our students, we need to have healthy, efficient school buildings. Thank you so much.
I'm Mike Griffin, Springfield, Vermont School Board member. I'm letting you know about my support of our bond vote to do some work at both Riverside Middle School and the high school. I believe this is the right project to do because we have some immediate projects that we have to do, and we have some other projects that are going to be needed in the very near future. And I'm a fan of getting them done before they become a crisis. And it's the right thing and the right investment for our buildings to be in good condition for a long time to come.
I'm Steve Cohn, principal of Riverside Middle School, here to speak a little bit today about this exciting project that we're about to hopefully undertake in Springfield. I've been at Riverside for nearly 3 decades now, 4 different roles, so I think I have a little history and stuff to go on in terms of my experience here. I'm certainly sensitive to the town and its struggles it's been through economically, but this project for me is really exciting to think about.
So I'm hoping that all of these new renovations will make it more conducive and safer for all of our school community. So that includes our students, our staff, visitors that we have, because we do have a lot of people that come and use our building. And I think it'll be a great opportunity for us to provide safety for everybody, proper heating, and new windows to help make sure that the cost of what we're doing is not going to just seep out the windows due to the breeze and the cracks and the flow of air between the building and outside.